What's up YouTube, Amisbro here, and for this video we are doing yet another anime review, and this time we are covering Black Butler. This, by the way, in case anybody's interested, is Season 2. Which is, by the way, my favorite season of the two that I have on DVD. We'll talk about Season 3 in a second here. This show, I will tell you, has had a very interesting history with me. I won't go fully into detail, but let's just say I reviewed Seasons 1 and 2, and Season 2 ranked higher than Season 1. For those who are unaware of the things we look at when we do these reviews, we do look at animation a little bit. We look at story progression, plot progression, and those are two different things to me. We look at character development, and we just look at a number of different things, and then we say to ourselves, okay, was this any good? Now, here's the thing we have to know about this season also. This is not a continuation of Season 2. So everything that happened in that season never happened, sadly. I actually would have loved to have seen a season where CL is actually a demon, because I would love to have seen how that worked. Hell, I would love to see an entire season devoted to Claude and Eloise, because they're legitimately like two of my favorite characters in the franchise. I'm sorry, they are. That may annoy some people, but whatever. So this season discussed the Noah's Ark Circus arc. Try saying that 5 times fast. Now, this season I can tell you that I have not read from the manga. Again, I have not read the manga at all for this show. I do have a policy about that, by the way. I'm only going to buy the mangas if I feel that the show was good enough. I've done that with Sailor Moon, The Coda de Oro. I'm somewhat doing it with K-Project and Kuroko no Basket. So those are the 4 right now that I have done it with. Are there others I want to do it with? Yeah, probably. I just have to find them. But this one right now, well, the first 2 seasons kind of put the show in that gray area, because like, okay, Season 2 was actually up here, and here's Season 1, and that was kind of down here a little bit for me. So yes, the season with the 2 characters, with the characters that weren't really in the universe, was the stronger of them. Figure that one out for me. Now, in this season, we do go to the Noah's Ark Circus, and that's where the bulk of the series is, up to about episode 8. From episode 2 through 7, or maybe a little bit into 8, that is the main setting of the story. And interestingly enough, this is also where we meet characters who cause a problem in the franchise for me. Let me just come around and say this. If your protagonist, to me, is not likable, but you give me a story for the antagonist and make them the sympathetic figures, because this happened with Season 2 of Black Butler, then you're completely writing the story ass backwards. You just are. And I'm sorry, but that's not supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to watch the season finale tonight and have goddamn near a breakdown when you hear the first line of a song that Joker sang. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to nearly have a nervous breakdown because that song is being sung and the dude's dead. Died in a fire. Well, he was completely blood to death, but he also died. He was burned also. And it's just, those characters, the Noah's Ark Circus, for a personal reason with me, which I won't get into, became more sympathetic than CL Phantom Hive. Do you understand? They were rescued by Baron Kelvin. They were being allowed to live a life because of Baron Kelvin. Yes, eventually they did some really heinous things because of Baron Kelvin, but you think you think if they weren't living under his roof, they would do them? No, probably not. Matter of fact, when you watch episode 10 and you find out they were basically stealing to live, it makes you understand their plight. What kind of fucks me up is the way they rate them. They're all a homeless gang, pretty much. Everyone that is in the circus. Bruno, Snake, Peter, Wendy, Dagger, Beast, da-da-da. They're all a homeless lot. They have to fight and scrap for what they can. And I'm sorry, but I'm more sympathetic to that than I am a snotty rich kid that, has a demon for a butler. I'm more sympathetic to them who have disabilities, who have reasons for, living. Should they have been alive? No, they probably should have died in the streets. But here's a rich guy, God forbid, that rescues them and gives them a place to live. And to me, that was like, this was fucking brilliant. Okay, yeah, like I said, yes, they did the heinous shit. And I get that. I get that's why they're the antagonists. But, god damn it, this is not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to give me an antagonist who are disadvantaged. Who I look at and go, I sympathize with you. I want this motherfucker to go to hell. Well, he'll eventually go there when he goes with Sebastian, but that's another story. But you get what I'm saying? It tore me up. I'm watching these guys, right? You look at Snake. He's got this snake scales on his face, but he's also got this. He's kind of introverted, so he talks through his snakes, like Emily and Wordsworth and Dan and da-da-da, and Goth. And you got, Beast has one good leg. The other one's the other one's a synthetic. You got the sort of robot, metal arm anyway, for Joker. And I'm just sitting there, I'm going, fuck. Like, if they, because I'm going to let you know ahead of time, yeah, I looked ahead and I knew that they were going to die, unfortunately. But, like, could you imagine if, instead of stealing their futures, ooh, big tough guy, kid's 13 years old, wields a goddamn gun, and the bullet's watching his back, but at the same time, these guys are trying to protect their home. Did they expect somebody from the Scotland Yard, or under the Queen's orders, to come in there and infiltrate them? No, they weren't expecting that. I mean, goddamn. Here's why I'm really pissed. Here's why I got slightly pissed off with this, right? forget the fact that, okay, yeah, Joker wanted to kill CL, or went after CL. But he had a reason. He was protecting his father. Do you understand what I'm saying? Think about that. Now, yes, the other, guys were going after the mansion. I can understand why they were killed. But let's look at it like this. They figured out, hey, this guy's working for the Queen. We need to do something about him. Then you get the miraculous competence of, Finney and Baldwin and Mayrin and Tanaka. They miraculously know how to be functional human beings when, for a good portion of the series, even in the first 2 seasons, they're Nimrods. Let's just be blunt about it. They are, right? And that always annoyed me. Like, oh, we're gonna act like complete idiots. Oh, but wait a minute. The mayor's under attack. Oh, now we act like we know what the hell we're doing. But you see, it's all because Sebastian's there, so they feel that they have to get Seal's attention. How they do that? They act stupid. Go figure. To me, it's just so goddamn ridiculous. It pisses me off. And here's the thing, right? I'm watching the season, and I sat there and I thought to myself, right, as I'm watching it, what if somebody completely rewrote Book of Circus? Like, let's say, for the sake of discussion, somebody took the Book of Circus arc and they rewrote it so that there can be a somewhat happy ending. Because, can we be clear? There's been 3 seasons of Black Butler now. Right? And I can't say without any great conviction, that I was satisfied with the endings. What I mean is, you sometimes want the good guy. You always want the good guy to win, but here's the kicker: you want the good guy to win because that's who you're rooting for the entirety of the season or the series. That's the way it goes. The fact that for now 2 straight seasons they've given me an antagonist which had a better and more sympathetic story than CL did, and somewhat more mature story also, kind of undercuts CL's role. And that's something that no one in the Black Butler fandom has the guts to face. CL's demeanor through the series, through 3 seasons so far, has been that of a stuck-up, snobbish, self-serving jackass. Best way I can put it. This season was the closest they came to humanizing him. But there's a few things. One, you always have to remember in the back of your head, he's got Sebastian. So you can't really say he's going to ever be completely humanized. The other thing is, it's amazing how, for him, how do I put this? He does very well in casting off friends easily. I've always gone by this mantra in life: We come into the world alone, we die alone. What your actions do in the meantime dictates you as a person. Ciel has done very well in this show for 3 seasons to me to push people away when they want to be friends to him. And that, to me, he has not grown as a character. They've shown his weakness as far as his asthma attack. They showed that. Fine. That's cool. That was actually awesome. I actually enjoyed that, and I hope it's incorporated if they do seasons 4 and on. I hope that they've managed to really bring that up and bring that out again at some point. But I can't, in good conscience, really give this a sterling review. It's not a bad season. Is it to the level of, say, season 2? No. But is it better than, say, season 3? Animation-wise, yes. Story and even plot progression, yes, because the episodes fly by. Like, goddamn, like, there was weeks when I was watching an episode, I was gobsmacked. It was like, I'd be like 15 minutes in, I thought we were only like 5. Like, I'm not kidding you. I was surprised how quickly the episodes were going, to be honest. But I'm sitting there and, like, I almost prayed somebody would have some semblance of sanity and not felt so shackled by the manga. Because, how do I put it? I feel like, in a weird way, the entire troupe could have been a great new extension of a family for CL Phantom Hive. That's the God honest truth. I thought that, because I'm going to say it like this. I know Freckles, aka Doll, thought the world of CL. She wouldn't have gotten into his bed when he suffered the asthma attack and stayed with him through the night if she didn't. Joker, I think, really took to CL a lot. I think he really, I think of all the members of the troupe, really wanted to embrace CL. Him and Dagger. Beast, okay. But, like, it was just so amazing to me. Like, these people did everything they could except bend over and kiss his ass. Granted, he's 12, 13 years old, and that would look a little weird, but... And I'm sitting there going, CL, let your guard down. Show these people that you can be human. Don't just be the fucking Earl Phantom Hive. Do you get it yet? He hasn't. CL has not progressed through 3 seasons for me. That's the part that disturbs me. Now, I'm going to be fair. The scene when he burns the room where he had the ritual performed to him, essentially, on that altar, and he told Sebastian to burn the room and burn the kids. It was explained to me beforehand why that happened. While I still kind of am unnerved about the blatant cold-heartedness of CL, and even when he explains it in the episode himself, I still look at him going, alright, you feel that way. How about when your mother and your father were killed? Do you think you should have died in that fire? That was what I was thinking, you know? And it's just, I don't, I can't recommend, in good conscience, I can't recommend this with a 100% rating. It was a good season because of the development they started to do with CL, but they completely undid it 3 episodes towards the end. And that bothered me greatly, or I would have given this a better rating. Believe me. The way the Noah's Ark Circus embraced him, that was incredible. And now they're gone. Well, save one member. And they, CL and Sebastian, will have to deal with him accordingly. But in due course, that may happen when Season 4 comes out. As it stands, this season, it still gets a recommend. It still is a watch, but it would have been a lot stronger, to me, had they developed CL a hell of a lot better, and they didn't feel so shackled by the manga. On that note, I will talk to you all on Wednesday, next Wednesday, when we review Bakumatsu Rock. Take care, gang.